Hi, I'm Ethan Peterson. I'm working on a video game project. If you recall from my last video, I was working on the geometry, bones, and weights for my character. Um, and with my first rigging attempt, I quickly came to realize that once I moved a non-parent bone, the rest of the body parts that were connected or stemming from the parent bone would begin to distort. And so if I move this fist, then the bicep, the forearm begins to distort. If I move the short, then his torso kind of goes everywhere. And so that was bad. Since then, I've um, worked to get, or well, here's where I'm at right now. Um, I have learned some stuff. Sprite editor, skinning editor. No, wrong one. My bad. Uh, Here's where I'm at. I've separated all of the body parts so that I could use each bone as a parent bone, and that wouldn't interfere with anything. I might fix that, or, well, change that in the future because I want to start using inverse kinematics, which basically is a feature that Unity has that will allow you to make it makes your character move a little bit more realistically. And so I think I'm going to look into that next going forward. But what I've done so far was I fixed the distortion issue. Even when I separated all the body parts from each other and assigned just one bone to them, there was still some distortion, and I, for the longest time, could not figure out why. But the reason for that, I learned, was because the auto-generated weights that I created for my character were not affecting each vertex that was auto-generated for the geometry of each body part. And because only a few vertices were selected or were assigned a weight, once I moved a bone, it only moved those certain vertices. And so there's still some distortion. What I ended up doing was changing the geometry. I added more vertices, and I used a weight brush and covered every single one of those so that each body part would have, or each bone would have full control over the body part that it was supposed to have. Um, and so this is just what it looks like right now. I can move the torso, and the rest of the body follows. That's connected to it. Whoops. And I can move a foot independently. If I move this boot, the foot follows. They're all connected to each other, but not affecting each other. And so that was my goal. I After that, the next step was to get out of the skinning editor and start trying to work on it in the main screen. Um, what I did was watch some videos. They told me to add a component, choose I think it was called like sprite skin, and then create bones for that. After I clicked create bones, I was able to combine all the body parts to each other and make a kind of functional looking character. And so you can see I can move this forearm and attach it to the bicep. And I was kind of experimenting, which is why he looks a little weird right now. I wanted to see if I could make him look like he was running. Let's see if I can get his body parts back to normal. It is a little frustrating trying to select one body part and accidentally clicking other body parts because there's not an easy way. If one body part's behind the other or one bone's behind the other, it's kind of hard to differentiate. But anyways, if I would have just taken a bone and put one sprite that it was attached to on top of another sprite, there wasn't an assigned like order for each sprite to be like what is going to be on top of which. And that was the next step after I created a basic framework for each body part where it should be. I believe I went into the sprite editor again, and maybe it's visibility. Yeah. There's you can control the depth of each body part, and if I just quick get all those bones in there, I named all of them. So I did learn that what's on my right, like what looks to be a right fist to me, which is on the right of the screen, is actually supposed to be named like the left hand or the left fist. Um, Said one video that I watched, and so I did that. I named all the body parts, and then I assigned a depth to them. And so the depths that are the lowest values are going to be behind everything, and the depths that are the highest values, like say the right forearm, is going to be above everything. Um, After that, my character looked pretty good. I could move him around, and that led me to where I am right now. And that is that I'm realizing that my character looks a little too realistic. He's got kind of a lot going on to be a simple video game character. And so I am thinking about redesigning him yet again, making him a little bit smaller. Um, and I kind of took away his legs. I changed some stuff with his fist, and I also made sure that his gloves weren't connected to his forearm and were instead connected to his fists. And in one of the redesigns that I made, and that's what I'm doing right here. That's why there's two characters on the screen. Um, but the most recent problem I've run into is once I get into my sprite editor for the file that I imported, and I go to skinning editor. Um, from sprite editor to skinning editor, there's a body part, the his right fist, his right hand, his right glove disappears. And I have no idea why, because everything's on the same layer in the Procreate canvas that I used uh, to draw everything. And I've been doing this with all the other like attempts, all my other characters or redesigns, and it's worked, but I have no idea why his hand is disappearing. And so that's going to be my next task going forward. So two big things, redesigning him, or three big things, redesigning him, figuring out that glove, and I also want to learn about inverse kinematics to make my character kind of come to life. And after that, I should have a fully functional video game character, and I can move on to creating some sprites for the upgrade screens and maybe like a sword or something. And I have been meaning to put some more time into that. And so after I finish my character, that's what I'm going to do. But I have those three problems that I need to resolve, and then after that, I'm clear. All right. Thank you for watching my video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.